We alive.
Hotep Jesus, what's going on? We're back again. Hotep's been told you. What's this? Episode 11? We 11?
Episode 11. Episode 11. Yo.
What's going on? We go. we going strong. We're on a march to 50. March to 100.
Yeah.
March to the bag.
Yo, Hulu, HBO, holla at us. School back, baby. Need new shoes.
Definitely. Let's get right into it, man.
Hold up. I got to give a shout out to YouTube Coin. YouTube Coin is my own personal latest sponsor. Uncle Hotep, you got to get down with YouTube Coin as well. I'm gonna introduce you. But they're trying to get everybody that are YouTube creators with all this censorship stuff that's going on.
Yeah. And
they're basically incentivizing us, and they're basically going to take YouTube creators and put us on like a virtual stock market.
Okay.
So depending on how popular you are on this platform, the more money you can be worth, and the more money you earn, so people can buy your brand. Pretty cool idea, YouTube Coin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I caught part of that Periscope you was on there with Bull, but I caught it midway through. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got to holler at you about that, man. I definitely got to holler at you about that.
Word.
What else been going on? I seen you was on Talib show, man. What went down with that, man?
Oh yeah, Talib Starks invited me. I want to say he hit me up like Sunday. He said, "Yo, you could do YouTube, virtual over the stream, or come into the studio." I was like, "Man, I'm coming to the studio." So I went down there today and we chopped it up. We talked Hotep, we talked Colin Kaepernick. Really good show. Go check it out. Talib Starks and the Compound Media Network. Had a lot of fun. I got drunk. Came home, passed out. I can't hang like I used to, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show.
Let's get into it, man. Let's go right to Nog News, man. We're gonna wait on. We're gonna hold off on the political spectrum. Let's go right to Nogville. Joe Budden versus Eminem versus MGK. The rap war. White rappers is fighting, going against white rappers. Joe Budden is replying through a podcast to a diss, man. What is going on?
G-Eazy in there somewhere too.
Yeah, G-Eazy. I forgot about him, man. I didn't hear that one though.
Yeah, G-Eazy got mixed up in there. So him and MGK had a couple of disses going back and forth. So it was mayonnaise mayhem. As Charlemagne the God had coined that term.
But listen, man, I listened to Joe Budden's podcast, right? And he went on for about an hour and a half about Eminem giving him gave him a light bar, right? Eminem gave him a light bar.
What Eminem say?
He said, man, I think he said, Budden, you better zip it up. The only way you had it hit is when you're smacking your bitch up.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it was something light, but the song was kind of fire, you know what I mean? But it was something light against Budden. Budden went in. He went in on Eminem, and he was talking about how Slaughterhouse went and how Slaughterhouse fell apart. It seemed like he was taking shots at Eminem, but he was taking shots at Eminem as the business owner, the record label runner, a Shady Records. It seemed like Eminem is as proud as a rapper. He doesn't have that business mindset like of a Hove or Rick Ross or anything like that, because he had Slaughterhouse and just pissed the shit. He didn't know what the hell to do with him. And Budden was kind of pissed about that. And he told Eminem, man, if you say one more, you give me another ball, you give me something special. If you give me, he said, you say one more word, man. He said he's going in. He said he's not gonna go in over that light bar. You gotta come with something better than that. He said if he comes in, Joe said he's coming out in retirement if Eminem say one more word.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, and we were arguing. They was like, "Yo, listen to this new Eminem." I'm like, I don't want to hear that mess. You know what I mean? Like you got to be like 12 years old to like Eminem. You know what I mean? I was listening. I was like listening to Ransom. I don't know if anybody listened to Ransom. But I was listening to Ransom, and that's my type of rap. But I basically said to him, I said, yo, Eminem just rhymes a bunch of words and doesn't really have any subject matter. And I kind of listen to music for the subject matter. I don't care if you can rhyme words. Anybody can rhyme words. And I was like, Joe Budden to kill him. I just pulled Joe Budden out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I was like, Joe Budden to kill him. And then just this week, all this happened with Joe Budden said the same exact thing. I was like, see, I knew I wasn't bugging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joe Budden's definitely a better MC than Eminem. He's right. Eminem rhymes words really well. But overall, like when Joe Budden killed Drake, Drake didn't want to respond because Drake knew he couldn't win that one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Joe on a record, you don't want them problems, man.
Listen, man, I've been a big Joe fan, right? I listen to all his music, dead ass, right? Mm-hmm. And he's been retired for a few years. I don't know if he still got it. I think Eminem might be able to give him some work. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it'll be a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's what. So my hands are shaking like that meme they got out there. Like, I want to see it. You know what I mean? I've heard some. Like I listen to everything. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them guys that won't listen to rap because it's not my particular genre. I like backpack rap. You know what I'm saying? That's my staple. But I'll listen to trap. I'll listen to everything West Coast. I'll listen to everything. I usually listen to all Eminem projects, and some of them critiques are valid, but I think he's like overrated and underrated at the same time. I think we don't give him enough props, but I think some people just go overboard with the shit. You know what I mean? He's good. I mean, he's great. I mean, he's great, but is he as great as he think he is? Now he think he the GOAT now or some shit. The way he was talking on his album, I don't know. Yeah. It's nonsense, man.
Yeah. I agree. I do want to see the battle. You know what I mean? I think that'd be great entertainment. You know what my record is right now that touches my soul when it comes on is Plug Walk. Yo, that is my record. I don't know not one word. I know Plug Walk. That beat and his delivery on that. I don't know. I don't even know who the artist's name is. I just know Plug Walk. I be wanting to crip walk and throw up gang signs when that go on.
Yeah, it's great that different areas of the country you have different types of rap. You know what I mean? I've lived down south and the rap was different. Anything, it's just down different. I think we got a super chat, man. You read it off, man.
Julie B says, I love Thursday nights. $10 super chat. Julie B, I love you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Keep the bill collectors away, man. All right, I got you, Lipster.
Okay. Aretha Franklin. We had a couple funerals, man, and that was after what they happened Friday or Saturday? They were Friday. That was the day after we recorded, right? Aretha went up there, and we'll light touch on that, man. There was a lot of fuckery, man. There was a lot. Pastor grabbing breasts. The pastor going. They were saying Pastor Jasper. He said he was way worse than Cosby was in Pound Cake, man. Did you hear Jasper's speech?
Yeah, they was playing on. We played it on Talib Starks today.
Did you?
Yeah. He was like, "Is this speech Hotep?" I was like, "It sure is." It was straight up Hotep talking points, and I didn't Lipster Davis with the $5 super chat. He said he got 5 on it. Lipster, I appreciate you, homie. But yeah, I felt like this. That's not the time to politicize the event.
Right.
But I felt like since everybody was politicizing it and using it as attacks on Trump, then made it okay for the Reverend to say what he said, and his points are way more valid than what everybody else said. Everybody else kind of just wanted to attack Trump, whereas he was like having some accountability for the black community. He basically said, you know, black women can't raise black boys. You know, y'all be screaming Black Lives Matter until we kill ourselves. Then there's no fuss, you know, and black men ain't taking care of their babies, which is all real. But you know, we don't like accountability talk. You got to blame Whitey in order to have a voice.
You right. You dead serious, man. You know, and it's a shame. You know, but you're right. Like they was all doing it. I wouldn't think it was the right place to do it. But when they went to the Trump, he was like, man, hey, it's wide open. I'm gonna get my thing off. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when people were saying he was misogynist and stuff like that, like him saying, like black women can't raise a man, a black boy, or into a man. It's like that should be common sense. You know what I'm saying? That should be like he needs a male influence. Like even if you had a woman and a man was raising her, you're going to need a woman influence at some point. You know, I mean, this is where we're failing. And people, you know, some people were clapping. You know what I'm saying? It was like and then all got drowned out. The Root, everybody else. They was like, oh, it was a time and place for it. They went to Aretha's people. They said it was bad and everything else. He stood 10 toes down on it. He said, I'm glad I said it. I say it again. He said that. He meant what he said. Take the heat.
Now, is that the same dude who was grabbing on what's the name? Boo? Ariana Grande Boo?
No, this is a different dude.
Who is that dude?
It's a totally different guy. I don't know who that pastor was. Man.
Okay. But you know, that's the psychosis of the black community where we don't want to have accountability. But you know, there's definitely an imbalance in masculine and feminine energy in our households. Matter of fact, I was in the Uber today, and I was talking to an African brother. He's my African driver, right? And I said to him, you know, he's talking. So I picked up an accent. I said, "You from Africa? What country you from?" He said, "Nigeria." I said, "Igbo." So he turned around and looked at me like, "How you know Igbo?" And I was like, "I ain't know Akata." Yes, sir. So he really was puzzled. He was like, "How you know that word?" See, man? So he like, now that's the homie. He looking at me like, "Oh, you cool. I got me a good passenger." So we started talking about black folks in America. He was like, "Yo, black women in America." He was like, "Yo, they trouble, yo." He's like, he said, "You can't be nice to them." He's like they operate on some kind of opposite thing where, you know, you got to shit on them and then they love you. But if you're nice to them, they shit on you. And
they'll run right over you.
They'll run right over you. And I'm like, this is why black brothers be dating white women or Asian women or just be beating on black women because they so problematic.
It's definitely screwed up, man. And I'm glad that pastor said that. You know what I'm saying? It was much needed. But we'll see how they're going to attack him. You know what I'm saying? They're going to attack him. You know, I hope he don't have no skeletons in his closet. So he might be all right.
He better go delete some of them old tweets.
He damn sure should. You better delete them old tweets, man. He better delete them old tweets, man.
They're gonna find him. How you feel about Ariana Grande's dress? You felt that was appropriate?
Man, that was a little too much for a funeral, man. I didn't understand that, but you know, how old is she? Early 20s?
Is she legal?
Is she younger than that? I didn't know.
Let's see how old Ariana Grande is. I'm gonna look. It says 25. She was born in 93. She old enough to wear that dress, but I was looking when I first saw her. I knew the dress was inappropriate because I was turned on. and you're not supposed to be turned on at a funeral. But I'm looking and my eyes just went straight to her legs, and I was just caught myself like, damn, she's looking kind of fine, like, But then I was like, hold up. Yeah. I was like, damn, girl, your legs is right. She ain't no Zendaya. So I was just like, then I saw the dress and I was like, this don't look appropriate. So when I checked Twitter, Twitter was talking about the dress, and I was like, oh, all right, at least I'm not the only one that knows this shit ain't appropriate.
What do you feel about? No, real quick. Now it seems like after Whitney's funeral and now this funeral, it seems like the funeral is the new, I don't know, picnic or something like that, cookout. And you know what I mean? It's like its own entertainment thing now. It seems like now people are going to they're going to start planning their funerals to have some outrageous type stuff. I mean, is we going the right way with this? Because it seems like it's like getting kind of crazy.
Yo, I know that it had me thinking about my own funeral. You know, I'm sitting here like, damn, I have to make sure I give people, you know, some rules and some boundaries so they don't be messing up my funeral. Because I'll be damned if y'all bashing Trump at my funeral. Like, look, here y'all talking points. Here's what y'all allowed to wear. You know what I mean? And don't be wilding out. Don't be acting like no knickknacks. Matter of fact, here are the people that are allowed to speak. Don't put nobody else up there. If they ain't on the list to speak, they ain't allowed. But it turned into like, you know, because even with like McCain funeral, it just turned into, okay, funeral equals Trump roast.
Right.
And it's just like, is that what we doing now? Like, because it's a popular funeral, now here's a time to just like use this for your own political agenda? And it's real tacky, yo.
Yo, I'm gonna ask you this. You know, Obama, he went to McCain's funeral. He didn't go to Aretha's funeral, right? You mean to tell me Obama's gonna Obama? You tell me a black man's gonna miss the soul food at Aretha Franklin's repast to go to McCain's funeral?
Yo, when I saw it, I didn't even think about Obama when Aretha had a funeral. I just don't think about Obama, right?
Right.
But when I saw him at McCain's, I'm like, wait, was he at Aretha's joint? Like, how are you the first black president and you don't put no RESPICT on Aretha's name on her funeral? That's crazy. It looked a little funny. That's how you know he I don't know. His white side must have kicked in. that was his mama's side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That's not a good look for the black community. That's not our black president. That's not the president I voted for.
You know, but you know who was the alleged first black president was at Aretha's. You know, they made sure that Clinton's was at to keep them nogs in line, man. Black folks love the Clintons, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, but McCain's gone, man. So his funeral it was the same thing. You know, his sister. I mean, his daughter came out there talking crazy about Trump. Everybody's talking crazy about Trump. Boo-hoo. How they banned Trump from coming.
Yeah. What was that about?
I don't know. You know, I
was mad.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, he didn't go to McCain's. They said, oh, he's playing golf while McCain's having his funeral. I'm like, yo, he wasn't invited. What is he supposed to do? Stand outside and be mad? Like, protest? People are stupid.
But you know what? I read one tweet, and this is telling about McCain. Nobody that he served with spoke at his joint. Like, he was supposed to be POW with all this. You know, he's on the ship where he allegedly caused the catastrophe on the carrier. Nobody came for his back, but all the politicians did.
Right.
McCain wasn't shit, man.
Homeless Conservative just brought up a good point in the chat. He said Aretha even sung at Obama's inauguration.
Wow. Yo, Obama ain't shit, man.
I'm hurt, man. I'm disappointed, man.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Anyway, we had some infected planes, man. We had, man, it's getting scary. This seemed like right out of a movie script. Plane from Dubai. A whole bunch of people were sick on the plane. It was one of them double-decker joints. I think Vanilla Ice was on that joint. He said he was on the top joint, and everybody underneath on the second level was sick. Man, what's going on, man?
Like you said, it's some James Bond shit. You know what I mean? It's definitely some James Bond chemical warfare testing. If I was to put on my tinfoil hat, it doesn't make sense. But I want to say there was some movie where people were on a plane, and then out of the air ducts, you know, they start spreading some sort of gas, and people are infected, and you know, start coughing or whatever. But I always feel weird getting on a plane with, you know, not being a whole lot of air circulation. So I always keep my thing on.
Right.
My air on. I like to keep my air on just to keep people's sneezes and stuff in like that. But it definitely, and wasn't it more than one plane too?
Yeah, another one just came today they were coming from Saudi, the House of Saud, and they did the same thing. 12 people were, I think, quarantined.
Yeah. So somebody sending germs to America. That sounds like chemical warfare. Shout out to Truce for the $2 super chat. He said food gives high IQ, throw some Cocoa Puffs at Phil. I don't know what that means. But thank you for the $2. I'll take it. Buy some Dutchess.
Yeah, I was just watching Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime, and one of the episodes, you know, they were doing a chemical attack, and they gave some hostages Ebola, right? And then they let the Americans rescue them. So they transported the Ebola when they rescued, and one of the prisoners was, you know, friends with the president. They met the president, but they didn't give him the Ebola. But they tried to use humans as transporting diseases and shit.
Mm-hmm. Trues with another $2. He says Alex Jones got perma-banned today. P and PJW2. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Trues. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. Oh, first off, I gotta say, man, rest in peace, Popson, man. You know, Popson was a great tweeter, great guy, you know, stand-up guy, fought against the evil left. He passed away this week.
Young brother.
Yeah, man, young man.
Young brother, you know, mid-20s. I always looked at him and Sam, you know, Jacket for Tweets, Sam. I always looked at them as being pioneers for the advocation of free speech.
They really were.
You know, where everything was PC. They were like, oh, this is PC? Well, guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to, like, you know, there was just no filter. And they just reminded me of myself when I was young, because I used to tweet like that. Not as bad as Pop's son. Pop's son is wild. Like, he wilds out, but I still appreciate it because it was just no filter, and the world misses that. You know, when you don't allow Pop's son to speak, you just know that free speech is threatened. I miss him. I really feel some pain, you know, just knowing that, like, damn, like somebody like that, you know, for years on Twitter, like your Twitter buddy is like gone now. It's really surreal and, you know, tough to deal with. He did say he didn't want people to be sad after he died. But you know, shout out to Pop's son, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, because they, you know, all the suspending and stuff like that. Him and Jack was the first ones to start. They was hammering. Twitter was hammering them guys, man, because, you know, the social justice tweeters would just do whole list of people report them. They kept coming back. You know what I mean? There was definitely pioneers of, you know, speaking your mind on Twitter and taking the brunt for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
That was Tim.
Somebody hit me with the news, and they were like, yo, you know, how do you feel about Pop's son being gone? And I was just like, oh, you guys, the account suspended. I'm like, he'll be back. And that's what I thought it was. And they were like, no, he passed. I was like, wow. I didn't believe it at first. You know, I was like, oh, y'all playing a sick joke, you know. But damn, yeah, he really gone. To another $5 super chat from Trues, billing Congress to fine Internet Corps $10 million a day unless they have a backdoor program for their users' accounts without a warrant. Thank you, Trues, for the $5 super chat.
Did you read that New York op-ed? They got a snitch in the White House they got a rat in the White House, allegedly. You check it out?
I read it last night in the wee hours of the morning, and it wasn't much there. You know, I was kind of bored reading it. I'm like, where's the meat? You know what I mean? It was just basically saying like, oh, like Trump is, you know, we don't like him, and he's immature, and he shouldn't be acting like this. And it's just like, all right, what did he do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what evidence do you have? It was just like somebody being a little bitch, which made me feel like it's a woman. Like it felt like a woman wrote that, or a soy boy.
Yeah, definitely. It was. I read it, you know, and it seemed like it was some neocon was just writing some BS. You know what I mean? It wasn't, and they wanted to take all the credit for all the good that has happened under his presidency. They wanted to take the blame, the credit for it, but all the bad stuff, it was Trump's fault. That's why I knew. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I don't know if it's actually somebody in there, or this might be a writer on there, or it's a plant or something like that. But it was so full of lies. I'm like, come on, man. You can't take. You have to give him some type of credit. You're trying to say it succeeded despite Trump. Like, come the hell on, man. He's the one that got in the office. You can't. That's you. And first things first. Nobody would have got elected. All them other cats would not have beat Hillary.
Nah.
That's you got to give him credit just for that.
Yeah.
If he's not there, none of this happens.
Right. None of this happens. None of it. If Hillary wins, we're in a completely different America.
Yeah.
A completely different America, you know. I don't know. It's really weird. I feel like we can't rule out the fact that wasn't written by somebody in his administration. We have to understand that could just be the New York Times themselves, you know, making up lies, or somebody submitting something, or it could be Operation Mockingbird. You know, we can't rule out these possibilities because it's a coward who allegedly is anonymous. So we have to be careful with that.
Definitely. I don't know.
We got a super chat. I like the spike, man. $10 super chat. Thank you. I like the 2-digit super chats. I appreciate you. He said, "Oh shit, yeah, 2 planes, one from UAE, United Arab Emirates, to US, one from Algeria to France. Airplanes are hella hard to clean too. Yeah, they are. Think of all the back-to-back flights with hankies and speck of blood in the bathroom. Woo, you right."
Damn.
That was visual as hell.
Goddamn airplane bathrooms, man. This is no, man. Jesus, Lord have mercy. But you know, let's take it. Now we talked about it one way. If it could be the forgery, but what if it's real? Trump says, "Hey, y'all gotta give me his name. That's treason." Now, no, it is. What they were putting in that op-ed was treasonous. You're purposely rigging stuff you don't like because you don't like Trump. Right. And they gotta give. See, my thing is this should be easy to find out if it is for real, because it said it's a senior official. You shouldn't have, so many senior officials. They should be under surveillance anyway. Their email and stuff. I'm like if I'm working at the White House, you know what I mean? I'm looking at all y'all emails, checking where y'all went. How did they send the op-ed to the New York Times? Did they drive up to New York? If they emailed it, they should have that shit.
Oh yeah. I got a name.
You got a name? Who you think it is? I
got a name. If it's the person, I want everybody to know Hotep's been told you.
Okay.
I have an informant.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my informant anonymous.
Okay. You got some ideas.
It says Stephen Munchin. Is it Munchin?
I think it's Munchin, I think. I heard of him before. What?
77th Secretary of the Treasury is the apparent leaker.
Okay. All right, Hotep's been told you. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it in this stream. All 64 y'all now. Hit that thumbs up. We're giving y'all who it is, who we think it is. Bond High got the connects.
Information, policies, and notices. His last name is M-N as in Nancy, U-C-H-I-N. And I'm looking at his profile, and it looks like a snitch.
He looked like a rat.
It's Mnuchin. Mnuchin is how it's pronounced. Thank you, sweet teas. Mnuchin is how it's pronounced. Thank you. That's why I love the chat, man.
Yeah, but that's what's up, man. We'll see. You know, if it is somebody, they'll definitely get them. But they need to go to jail, man. You know, I mean, they could have messed up a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Oh yeah, that's treason, and again, evil left, deep state. I mean, this is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this before. To attack a sitting POTUS. Oh my God, it's crazy. Ridiculous.
SCOTUS hearing. A lot to unpack. You know, Kavanaugh's trying to. Was this day 3 today? Was the day 3? They still arguing over Kavanaugh. I've hardly heard Kavanaugh speak. I've heard everybody else run their mouth. Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, you know, a whole bunch of people, the protesters. Where do you want to start at, man? Laura Loomer, man? That's your girl, man.
Let's start with my boo. Let's start with my boo, Laura Loomer. Now, the evil left. Well, Laura Loomer, was she at the SCOTUS hearing?
Oh no, was she at the SCOTUS or was she at the
No, she was at
did she do both?
She might have been at both. All right, so let's not talk. Wait, we gotta save Laura Loomer because she was with Alex Jones at the social media.
Right. Okay.
At the social media hearing.
Right.
That's my fault. What happened with the Kavanaugh is these hearings, man. The Kavanaugh joint was the evil left. Now Jack Posobiec sounds like some kind of pharmaceutical drug. Jack Pharmaceuticals had uncovered something I thought was great journalism. There were the maidens that were trolling the SCOTUS hearing. Did you see the maidens?
Yeah.
So the maidens are actually Antifa in disguise.
Oh, okay.
And this was verified on his Periscope because he calls the girl out by name.
Oh, okay. And
she responds. So if anybody wants to go check out Jack Posobiec's joint, go look at his Periscope. I forget the girl's name that he yelled out, but she's apparently one of the leaders of Antifa. So Antifa was in the building, and one of the Republican representatives basically said this is the first time that a SCOTUS hearing has been basically overrun by a mob. You know what I mean?
They're desperate, man. The left is desperate. You know what I mean? They're pulling out all the stops. I try to tell people all the time, the left is playing to win, man. I mean, they're not playing with y'all, man. They're not playing with y'all at all. Y'all can sit there and argue about IQ scores and all this other crap, man. The left is not playing with y'all. They don't care about none of that, man.
Oh, hell no. Trues has a couple of $2 super chats. He says, Munchin's family is John Jay's enemy. He's another $2 super chat says, wouldn't call it treason, maybe sedition. And then another one, he says, who would win, Alex Jones or Rubio? We're going to talk about Alex Jones. I answer that question when we get on Alex Jones. But the evil left is desperate right now. We're looking at a desperate faction. We have a tweet here I want to bring up from Mr. Gutenberg. Now, Mr. Gutenberg is the father of Jamie Gutenberg, who was killed in the school shooting. I want to say the David Hogg one.
Yeah, Parkland.
Parkland. I think she was a victim of the Parkland shooting. And here's what Fred Gutenberg says. Now, the thing is, people were saying that Fred Gutenberg came up to Kavanaugh to shake his hand, and Kavanaugh played him. He was like, "Well, I ain't shaking your hand," and you know what I mean, spun on him.
Right.
So I want to just add context to that. We have a tweet here from Fred Gutenberg, or one of John Jay's enemies. And he says, "I will be at Kavanaugh hearings, and I hope to play a role in ensuring that this man does not become the next Supreme Court justice." Can I say that again? I hope to play a role in ensuring that this man does not become the next Supreme Court justice, talking about Kavanaugh. So when we see the video and people try to make a fuss about Kavanaugh not shaking this man's hand, we have to know that this thing was contrived.
Right.
It was manufactured. And if I'm Kavanaugh, I'm not shaking his hands either. In fact, I'm sure his peoples was like, "Yo, don't shake that dude's hand, yo. Like he's trying to set you up." You know what I mean? And even if he doesn't know this guy's background, because of the evil left's behavior during the hearing, I think I'd probably be worried too about strange faces coming up to me, you know, and because shaking somebody's hand, like, germs can be exchanged. We just talked about, the infection of the planes and all that. And also we got to remember that Kavanaugh's wife and family had to be police escorted because they felt their lives were in danger.
Yeah.
So this man had probable cause to ignore the handshake.
It definitely, that was such a setup. I never seen, they're really going all out with this protest, the confirmation. This is like, I can't even believe they're going this far, man. But like I said, they're playing the keeps. Then they're so wound up. The girl, she trolls them by putting the OK symbol on her thigh, on her arm. They say, like, "Oh my gosh, she's doing the white supremacy signal." I'm like, man, what y'all come the hell on, man? They really ran with that. I'm like, they took off and ran with it. I'm like, man, y'all gotta stop with this, man.
Verified accounts too.
Yeah, all verified. And the girl turns up, she's Mexican and Jewish.
You see that? How they be reaching and they'll create a story without any context of facts and spin this. The girl's name is Zena Bash, and she's Kavanaugh's former law clerk. Zena Bash is. And they're trying to say she tossed up white supremacy gang signs. and she was just sitting there. She had her hands crossed, and she was, I wanted to take a really good look because I always like to be objective and be fair, unlike the left, and just, see if there's any plausibility to the argument. And I'm looking at the hand, trying to find the white supremacy symbol. And I'm like, nah, she's just resting her fingers.
Right. Yeah. It was crazy, but that shows you how the left is, man. They'll try to hit anything. They're throwing anything against the wall. Whatever sticks, they're running with it.
Right.
It's trash.
Siege 919 super chat, $2 super chat. First of all, if I answer your question, let me just tell you, I'm not trying to be rude when I answer your question, and thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, any possibility of an alliance with alt-right? And the answer to that is hell no. Alt-right is trash. You had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage.
What? Where did the alt-right go wrong? Let's answer. Where did they go wrong at, man?
All right. So first of all, they went wrong once they got publicized by Hillary Clinton, and it got hijacked by Richard Spencer. Once Richard Spencer hijacked it, then it went wrong. You see, I was a fan of alt-right pre-Richard Spencer.
Right.
When it was really alt-right really was something that anybody could have been a part of, regardless of race. It was basically an alternative to the right wing.
Right.
The current right wing was it was an alternative to the GOP, to the Republicans. It was supposed to be for the people. And the powers that be got smart and said this thing could actually take off. So they put their plan in, Richard Spencer. They used Hillary Clinton to popularize it, and then held the tiki torch ceremony and all of that.
Charlottesville was really where it died.
That Charlottesville is where it died. And then all the little racist flunkies came in and flooded, and all the little kids that jerk off in their mama's basement. And then, because like Cernovich was alt-right at one point.
Yeah, he jumped off early.
He jumped off quick. But that's where they fell off, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope we get Kavanaugh in there. They're really fighting hard to not get Kavanaugh in the seat, and it's just like it really has nothing to do with Kavanaugh, and it has everything to do with having control in the Supreme Court.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, they're scared he going to turn back Roe v. Wade. I mean, I don't know, but that's what they're fighting for, man. It's weird shit, man.
And the gun laws too.
Yeah, the gun laws.
Yeah, he's very adamant about making sure we keep our gun laws.
That's what's up, though. We need him in
there. Yeah, I'm pro Kavanaugh, man.
Anyway. The first, Kim Kardashian, first lady of the culture, is at it again, man. There's another brother. She was trying to she talked to Trump, trying to get him out of jail. He's getting a life sentence. I think he had a life sentence at 22 for some weed charge. So it was something crazy. No, it was weed. I think weed coke or something like that. Something crazy. But she's actually making moves. And she was out there. She was in. I seen a picture. They were talking prison reform with Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump. These people got weight, and they got some pull.
Oh yeah,
and no, go ahead.
She's doing what all the knickknacks is scared to do. First of all, I just want to say, shout out to my beautiful black queen, Kim Kardashian. We appreciate you. She is the black leader that we've been needing for so long. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be saying what I'm saying today about Kim Kardashian, I'd have smacked you upside your face. I'd be like, yo, shut up, yo. You coming at me with this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I would have told you Kim K is trash. Today, in 2018, Kim Kardashian is a queen. She is a queen. And, some people, were talking about how, she's there, right? She's there, Jared Kushner in the White House. And some people ask me, say, why aren't the black celebrities, helping her getting involved? And the truth is, Kim Kardashian's family is self-made. Kris Jenner, you're not getting her out the paint. She's protected. She's protected. I don't know who she know, but she knows some people in some high places. So Kim can do what she wants. Yeah. These black celebs are dogs on a leash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
like
they're not free to say what they want, because they will get, if they step inside the White House for anything, they will get canceled by the culture. Not only that, Talib Kweli won't be able to get booked no more. He can't get booked now, so he holding on by a thread.
Yo, man, stop.
You know what I mean? I was in his office. I spoke to all his white co-workers. He's having trouble getting booked. I've never signed an NDA, so I can speak about it. His business looking a little shaky. And he's not the only one. You know, Jay-Z, Beyonce, we saw what they did with Hillary Clinton. They cannot deviate from the liberal or evil left agenda. Kim K can.
You know, that's crazy because, you know, Meek Mill they invited Meek Mill. Meek Mill was going to go. Jay-Z, oh no, man, you can't go, man. You know, that's that Obama. And one thing I want to make clear, or I just want to say, remember Obama was having, you know, Ludacris came to the White House, Rick Ross had the damn ankle bracelet on. He was straight off, he was on papers. Rick Ross is in the papers in the White House. Yeah. But let's look at the difference between when they went to the White House. What did they get done?
Nothing. They got some pictures done for the gram.
They got pictures for the gram. See, this is the thing. It's all about them. They just want to be we in the White House now. You know what I'm saying? You can't. This is what you can't do with black folks, man. Some black folks you can't. They won't seize the moment. You're supposed to seize the moment. Like, hey, all them drug dealers, Rick, you supposed to know. You should be like Obama, man. Come on, man. Help my man out. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Not there. One of them did nothing like that. Kim go there twice. She went there one time, got that lady out. That lady was going to die in jail.
Yeah.
Now she back again trying to get another black man out of jail.
Yeah.
Kim might see the White House, man. Kim and Kanye might see the White House, man. I ain't gonna put it past them.
Yo, Kim, they might see the White House. If you look at the picture that's posted, somebody pointed this out to me. But if you look at the reflection on Kim K's sunglasses that are attached to her chest, her shirt on her chest, you could see in the reflection, if you zoom in, it looked like Kanye.
Yeah.
So Kanye might have been up in the White House talking, man. I got a tweet here of my own I want to read, and then I want to provide some context to the brother that's got locked up. I'm gonna this is what I said I'm going to tell my grandkids the story of the powerful black leader Kim Kardashian and how she freed slaves, and the evil white man Colin Kaepernick, who is a sponsored agent of deception. I just wanted to read that tweet really fast. Now, let me provide context on this wrongful conviction of this brother named Chris Young. So apparently what happened to this prisoner, he was sentenced to life in prison on a 3-strike conviction. His first conviction was when he was 18, like so many of us. Was under 7 grams of marijuana and cocaine and a firearm. His second at 19 was for less than a half a gram of cocaine. And at 22, according to prison reform organization FAM, Young was arrested at a gas station as he was talking with a man who was later identified as the leader of a drug conspiracy. So he got caught with drugs, $10,000, and a gun was found in his car.
You need to leave that white girl alone. Keep telling that white girl.
But I mean, like, he got life in prison.
Yeah, that's too much, man.
For that, like, you know, he didn't kill anybody, you know, but, you know, half a gram of cocaine and then, you know, $10,000 in a firearm. Yeah, you know, that's definitely. The
judge quit after that because the judge said their hands were tied. It was a mandatory sentence. There was nothing the judge could do.
Yeah. Who's the girl that shot the guy down in Florida? Her abuser or something like that. People are saying that Kim K should get her out. Tony or something like that.
I thought that girl got the charges dropped. Did they charge her? Was this? I don't know. There was a stand their ground case, and I think was that the one she shot in the air, gave a warning shot, and they said you're supposed to shoot him, not a warning shot.
This is I'm talking about shot.
This is a different one.
Yeah, she killed that dude.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be in dispute. Is that the one he charged at her and she shot him?
Yeah, I think it was that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be instances to that story.
This sentence was definitely excessive. We got a $5 super chat from Keith Drummond. He said, outside of the surgeries and thought behavior, respect to Kim Kardashian. I got to give it where it's due. Great podcast, gentlemen. Thank you. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. We got to get into Colin, man. Colin Kaepernick, the Nike ad. Yeah. Nike is riding with Colin. You know, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to just go throw my tinfoil hat on. And I'm going deep in it, man. Listen, they've been paying him the whole time. Like they never dropped him. So my thing is, like, when they was talking to Denver, did he talk to Nike and say, yeah, what about Denver? And they were like, nah, man. When they talked to Baltimore, he was supposed to get a job at Baltimore. Nah. No, did Nike say, hey, man, why don't you do, it's a protest era? We do something protested against the flag. And, you know, see, when you go into big boardrooms, they got years planned out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm so suspicious of this, man. You know, I hate that. I feel like Nike is profiting off of activism, political activism, off of police brutality. So Nike is really profiting off of police brutality in my eyes. You know, if they sell some Kaepernick gear, why are they going to profit off of that? You know what I mean? That money should go back in the community. It should start schools. I don't want no basketball courts. I don't want no football fields. Build schools. Give people computers. This is funny money to me. And everybody, all they see is, oh, Kaepernick is getting money now. Oh, that's our man. I'm like, you guys see the jig?
They don't see it.
They can't see it, man.
What'd you say? You said the revolution will not be televised, right?
Yeah, the revolution will not be televised. They've been told y'all that in the 60s.
A lot of people have come to me and they said, look up the name Nessa Diab.
Okay.
The Iranian, who is the puppeteer pulling the strings of Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
And they said he didn't become an activist until he got next to this Iranian shit. Another tweet of mine I want to just mention, Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Kim Kardashian took a stand.
That's real, man. That's all the way real.
You know, he's sponsored, corporate sponsored fake activism. She's real work, you know, get your hands dirty activism. Yeah. Somebody said to me today, he's one of the greatest activists of this century. I said, what?
What has he done?
He's done nothing but donate money to George Soros organizations. When you go look at the organizations that this campaign that he's supposed to be doing for black people, one of them was a George Soros. The rest of them was John Jay's peoples. That wasn't going no black organizations. Here's what people have to watch. Did you see the Nike ad?
Yeah, I seen the Nike ad.
Okay, was police brutality mentioned?
Nope.
Not once. So black people have been complaining and saying that the NFL is, or you know, racist white folks, white supremacists, you know, are complaining that we're boycotting the flag, and it's about police brutality. But then Nike comes out with this ad and talking about, oh, you could be prom queen or a linebacker. And did not mention police brutality not one time, and black people still ain't see the jig. Still ain't see the jokes. So they took the black plight, the black struggle, and made it for the broader SJWism. And again, the black problems have been turned into a POC problem, or LGBT and all these other community problems.
Yeah.
So we get pushed to the side.
It's like, it don't even surprise me anymore, man.
Nope.
I'm just mad that people can't see it, man. But I think, you know, some people are so thirsty for a leader or to somebody to do something. Like, they're gonna root for Kaepernick. They're gonna have Kaepernick jerseys on watching NFL Sunday while he's suing the NFL. It don't even make no goddamn sense, man. Don't make no goddamn sense, man.
You got on a Kaepernick jersey. You gave the NFL Kaepernick money. You gave NFL money for Kaepernick. You're gonna watch it while Kaepernick is boycott. Now, here's the thing: I know for a fact that Nike commercial is going to be an NFL campaign.
Yeah,
they're gonna run that during the NFL because they signed that contract. NFL got an 8-year contract with the Nike, and they're gonna use that to try and appease black people and say, look, the NFL is okay. We don't hate Kaepernick. Look. And don't be surprised you see Kaepernick come out at Super Bowl giving a speech. Don't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get to the main thing today, man. Alex Jones, rest in peace. I don't drink the white man's liquor anymore, but if I did, I would have to pour some out for when Alex Jones, he's been banned from Twitter. He's gone. And I thought they were going to give him some bail, man. I thought they was going to let him breathe on Twitter for a little bit. But Jack, man, he came out. Alex Jones got in his face. And he said, oh, I'm going to fix your ass. Wait till I get back to headquarters. Wait till let me make this call. Banned.
Yeah. Alex was down there kicking up, boy. He was at that hearing. He got into it with Rubio.
Yeah.
He got into it with some feminists. He was just tagging everybody. He was going in. I was enjoying every minute of it. Him and Laura Loomer. Now, some people had, they basically said, oh, Laura Loomer did what the left does. We go in and we disrupt hearings. And I'm like, it's different because it wasn't like there was some organized posse like the left. The left had an organized posse disrupt the hearing. That was Laura Loomer. That's what she do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you see her, run because you're gonna get Loomer. You know what I mean? That's my boo. You know what I mean? That's what she do. But RIP to Alex Jones. When I saw it today, I was just like, somebody hit me. It was like, yo, what do you think about Alex Jones getting banned? I'm like, yeah, that's old news. What are you talking about? And I went and checked the trending topics, and it's like, banned from Twitter? I was like, oh, wow. So you know what that means, right? Remember the QFD ban stuff?
Yeah.
And how people were basically saying, like, their QFD ban was lifted before the hearing?
Yeah.
So everybody was free, right? So Twitter was cleaning up the mess. What happened was Jack was nervous going in. He sat in that hot seat, nervous as hell. If you look at the hearing, he was nervous. He was like deferring to Sheryl Sandberg a lot of times. And what happened was when he walked out of there and he was able to breathe that fresh air, he was like, oh, I'm in the clear now.
Yeah.
He pulled the guns back out and got right at Alex Jones and got him out the paint. Right after he said there's no bias. But you could talk about white people, Sarah Jeong, whatever you say her name. She could talk about white people. James Gunn could talk about playing with little kids, sexually molesting little kids. You can threaten, a verified account can threaten POTUS's life. They can threaten his son, which has a disability. They can threaten him. They can talk about it. They don't affirm the lives. They always talk about affirming the lives of the disabled. But because it's Trump's son, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Now, Alex Jones gets banned. Then they got Paul Joseph Watson on a 12-hour ban.
Yeah.
1984, we here.
We definitely are. It's people will say, "Oh, conspiracy theorists." I'm like, you don't have to believe in what Alex Jones is saying. I don't understand what's so scary about him. What he's saying. If you don't believe it, then don't watch it. Or I guess the obvious problem is too many people are believing it, and if they're believing it, they're not believing in the mainstream lies. So the mainstream media has a problem. It's no doubt in my mind. The people that own the major media conglomerates, they went to social media and said, "Hey, man, we got a problem. We gotta They tighten it up on YouTube. They get most of the traffic on YouTube for same stories. I could do the same story that Fox News does, but they get monetized and I don't, because when I do it, it's a touchy subject. Like, why is Fox News able to get? It don't matter. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, the big hitters. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that Alex was doing too good of a job. He was taking too much of their money. You know, nobody's going to mainstream media anymore for news.
Oh yeah, he was growing way too fast. He's a threat, and they're trying to rig the elections.
Yeah,
they're trying to rig the elections. I'm gonna download the InfoWars app, and I'm gonna just have to tune in and just support, just to be I'm gonna just have it running during the day, just to have some support, because this is absolutely ridiculous. When I saw it, I was really upset because I'm like, this is definitely an orchestrated attack on an individual. You basically deleted him from the internet.
For the normies, yes, he did. You definitely did.
Yeah, you deleted him from the internet. It's just like, wow, like this is what it's come to. So, what it's going to come to next is, we're going to, like he always says, we're entering a police state. And what's going to happen down the line is your ISP is going to be able to cut you off from the internet. Your telephone carrier, Verizon, AT&T, are going to be able to cut you off. You can basically be locked out of society the more we go digital. I was watching something on Steven Crowder today. It's an old video he had playing like Alexa, and he was asking Alexa questions. And he was like asking Alexa, like, who is Prophet Muhammad? And she gives like this long, drawn out, speech that is like all nice and lovely. He says, well, who's Jesus Christ? And then Alexa goes, that's a fictional character. It's just like, wow, Then he goes, how many genders are there? And then there's this whole long thing. Now, my point is, this digital world that's run by the left wing in Silicon Valley, that's going to be programming AI. And as we start getting Android bots that are roaming the streets, these Android bots are going to be left wing. So I just need people to go and watch Terminator. Go watch any one of them Terminator movies and make Skynet Google. And that's our future. And the people are the right wing.
Yeah. Definitely. I think there's a few super chats, man.
Somebody said Hotep Jesus should be on InfoWars. I don't want to be on InfoWars. They're going to ban me. I'll be a guest, but I don't want to be a consistent contributor, man. Shaquem Covington with a $5 super chat. It's a black brother. Shout out to my black brothers donating. He said, can y'all create a meme for Kim K being the new Harriet Tubman? Somebody got to get on there. I'm going to tweet that out. That's a good idea. Lauren Pelletier, consistent super chat. I thank you. She said, I had to delete my Twitter, not for Alex Jones per se, but I want to support free speech, and I want to participate in free speech. I'm done with it. Lauren, I don't blame you. Thank you for being a patriot. Thank you for standing with the people. Another one from her, $5 super chat. She said, dude, Alex Jones is sounding more and more sane every day. That's exactly it. By doing this, you're validating him, because there's a ton of people doing what Alex Jones says and, has these wild conspiracies, and they're still on the internet. I know people that make fake news. Like my homie makes fake news and makes money off of it on Facebook, and he doesn't get this. Another one, Mighty Pingas, $10 super chat. He said, I'm a white Southern farmer. Would any city blacks be interested if I started a program to teach them how to farm? We need strong men to help cultivate land, and the inner cities are shit. I think that's a great idea, first of all. I think what you might want to do is get you some black people to run that program, because to me right now it looks like you're trying to be a slave master. So be careful. Partner with Hotep Nation. Hotep Nation to take that on. Let us do the legwork for you on that and be the black face of it. Don't be the face of it. because they're going to say, oh, you just want black people on your plantation. But I think that's an excellent idea, and black people do need to be getting into farming, sustainable foods. Great idea, Mighty Pinkers.
Yeah, well, all right, man. That's another episode in the books, man.
Another episode in the books. This is a sad episode to me, man.
Yeah.
We lost Pop's son. We lost Aretha and Alex Jones.
That's crazy. It's wild, man. It's really terrible.
It's a wild week, man.
It's bad week. It was a bad week, man. It was a bad week all the way around.
Oh my God. But yeah, episode 11 in the books. I guess I'll see you next week, man.
All right, man.
All right. Great show, y'all.
Peace.
Thanks to everybody that watched, y'all.